10 minutes video on a tutorial on how you can actually produce the declumping mechanism with readily available material that you have. You don't need a 3D printers. You just need the silicone declumper, right? The original declumper, a penknife, a ruler, a cardboard preferred, and a PVC sheet, transparent type, or doesn't matter. If it's not transparent, it's fine as well, right? And that's all you need. And of course, you must do some DIY, right? So stay tuned and see how I actually do one to show you how I actually did it myself. Alright, okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Right, so you will need something like PVC film, right? If you don't have the transparency film, which is quite hard to find nowadays, you can get the face shield type material, or you know this kind of plastic file. You can use the plastic file as a cutout, right? Those how do you call that? The document file, whereby there's a PVC front and back. So you will need a marker, right? A ruler, right, and a penknife, right? And that's what you need. And you probably, I would suggest you have a cardboard, right? Something like this, a cardboard, right? So basically, first of all, right, I'm gonna recycle the silicone, right? So the first thing is you have to trace out the silicone. Right, so you don't need a 3D printer for this. Right, and I have already measured, right, the center piece that I'm going to cut out is 1 cm from both left and right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 1 cm on both sides. Right, so this will help me locate the window. Right, and from both top and bottom is 5 mm away. Right, I'm using permanent marker. Right, so this is the center window, right, and according to the Mythos 1 design, right, is actually a triangular flap. So basically you just roughly locate the center and draw the triangle. Right, and that's what you need. And the rest is okay, of course you have to draw out the 2 drill holes as well. So you need to locate the holes. Again, use the silicone, the one you remove from your DF64 grinder, and draw 2 holes, right? So let's cut out the hole first. Right, first hole is out. Let's go on to the second one. Be careful, go slow, otherwise you may accidentally cut the entire plastic PVC sheet. Right, so the second one is also out. So you can see there are now 2 holes. Right, so now we're going to cut out the center first. Don't cut out the entire piece, leave it in the plastic itself. So right now the way you cut is I'm going to allow this triangle to flap out, this one and this one as well. So cut the bottom from here to here, right? use a ruler. Right, the top as well, from here to here, right? Right, and the next one is we're gonna cut out these two lines. Right, and make sure they are able to flap in and out. Right, they are able to flap freely. And now I can actually cut out the entire piece. Okay, I'm going to cut out the two corners as well. Right, so basically, right, they should be able to overlap. Right, so right now you can see that I will be cutting out the centerpiece, so that this will be at the back. You know, when the coffee ground goes in, right, it will use this flap to remove, right? So either you can use this. Personally, I prefer to use this one, right? Because if I cut out everything, right, it has no resistance whatsoever. So the only thing that's controlling the resistance is the flap here, right? So I will be doing this, right? So if you don't have a 3D printer, right, you can try to recycle this to see whether it works for you. I'll do a test very shortly. So right now I'm going to cut out the centerpiece. So again, if you have been using your grinder for some time, you can see that this part has a brownish stain, right? This is due to the coffee oil. So I'm just going to cut it. By the way, you have to do this at your own risk, right? Because I think if you remove this, and please check with your local dealer to see whether this will actually void the warranty, right? Because I am the dealer in Singapore, right? This piece of plastic, if you remove, of course, if you damage it, we will not be replacing. But our warranty is actually against manufacturer's defects such as the motor and the electrical component. So anything that is wear and tear, right, it will not be part of the warranty cover, right? So right now I'm just going to cut it open. So the entire centerpiece will be taken out. So what you have left is this window. So now with this, I can actually put this over, and as the coffee ground comes out, right, you'll be pushing through this flap here, right? And the front piece is still the silicone, the original silicone. And okay, the reason why I have okay, let's try to secure this onto the grinder. Right, the reason why you need a cardboard is because if you do not have a cardboard to support it, right, I'm not too sure whether this will hold very firmly, because when the coffee ground try to push out, right, I'm not too sure whether the bottom and the top will seal off properly, right? So what I will suggest is okay, trace out the silicone on the cardboard. A thin one will do, right? You know, those that you find behind the foolscap paper. Because I teach, so my students and myself use quite a lot of foolscap. Right, so this will be cut out. Okay, I have to trace out the cutout as well. Right, and of course the center. Right, so you have something like this. And of course now we will be cutting this out. Okay, I'll cut out the center window first. Right, then I'll cut out the 2 circles. Right. Okay, the other one. Or you can just use a cross tip screwdriver to drill a hole. It works fine as well. Right, you don't have to cut this out. Right, what I mean is get a screwdriver, try to poke a hole. Right, this will do as well. Right, and after that, you can cut out the entire piece. Right, and you have this. So now what's going to happen is with your silicone, with the flap, right, you can actually put this at the back. Right, so this will actually hold on to the PVC sheet, right, and still allow the coffee ground to come out. Right, so you have to make sure that the flaps are freely able to move in and out. Right, okay, so this is a very simple tutorial, right? So you can do right on your own, and all the materials that you have are readily available. Right, so after that you can actually install this onto your grinder, and I think that should solve your problem of retention and on the grinder, right? And some of my subscribers suggest that why not just remove the entire silicone film, right, entirely. Why don't I just remove this? Right, you can try without. You can just try to cut out the center hole, leave the silicone inside, right, and so that the coffee will just come straight out from the opening here, right? I think the main issue you're gonna face is that the coffee will shoot out too fast. And if you dose directly into the cup, you will find that the force that comes out from the exit chute will be too high, and they will have a lot of coffee ground flying over the place, and that will actually cause a lot of static attraction, and therefore you will see that there will be a lot of coffee ground that's attracted to the exit chute as well as to the body. Right, so the reason why you have this flap is actually to slow down, right, to slow down the film. Right, of course, ideally, right, I want this to be made of some very thin metal material whereby it can still flex, right? But I think this will do just fine, right? And you can see from my previous video, what with this built in, it has reduced the static to almost zero, and the coffee grounds are coming out so fluffy, and it doesn't fly around. So with this, it really improves the situation of the grind by a lot, right? So I hope that this video is going to help you, right? So I think I have made enough video for today. Right, so this is my third video of today. Do let me know in the comment down below whether this is it actually works for you, right? Let me know. If it doesn't work, let me know if you have any suggestions, so that we can actually do this together and improve the modification, so that it will be we'll have a much better experience using the DF64 grinder, right? So thank you for watching. This is CY once again. Subscribe, thumbs up to my videos, and see you very soon.